Aquarius, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Monthly Tarot for October 2024. This message is for any Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but also if Aquarius rules a particular house or planet that you need clarity on, then this message is also for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and please do subscribe and hit that like button if this does resonate. And thank you to all my subscribers. Now, Aquarius, a lot of messages coming through while I was clearing your cards related to balance, love, and the way that we can shift through all of this heavy energy and kind of simplify our life a little bit in October. There's a lot happening, and you're going to be obviously feeling this a lot because right now we have Pluto in Capricorn. It was retrograde. That retrograde went into Capricorn on September 1st. And then in October, we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology, but in October, we do have it going direct in Capricorn, October 11th. And then we'll going back into your sign in November. Now, there is so much happening. I'm telling especially air signs, avoid social media as much as you can. I know it's hard. I'm not saying that, you have to refrain from using it at all, but just be mindful of the focus and attention you're giving to it while you're consuming it, and making sure that you can sort of detoxify your energy, if you will. Yeah, like getting this like clear, like emotional fresh start before you go to bed, when you wake up, because there's so much we're being bombarded with, all right? And we really want you to align with that Aquarian age, with that Aquarian thinking, and to stay ahead of it, if you will. But simplification, there was a lot related to that, a lot related to overthinking. But main focus here that I got while I was clearing your cards was related to balance. Now, obviously, it's Libra season, and we'll be in Libra season for most of October. And I do think that when we get that balance, when we finally, and you know what's interesting too, is because I believe that Libra's got this message too. So I think this is really related a lot to the air signs of the importance of balance. Now, the beginning of the month actually is why this is probably happening. So let's talk a little bit about astrology, and then we'll get to your tarot. October 2nd, the new moon solar eclipse in Libra. This could throw you off balance. So if there is an area of your life where you're feeling off balance, you're probably going to be feeling like the pull off to the side that is, off balance, if you will. As much as we can balance the scales, there's a big, strong message. If we can get our balance in our life, if we can put things into balance, put things into perspective, that transformation, all right, answering the wake-up call. We all have something within us that we want to do, and now is the time to pursue it. And that transformation, though, it comes from within. If you're looking for a lot of success, well, you have to have your day-to-day built for that success, ready for that success, all right? And I just really want you to focus on all the areas of your life. If there's anything where you feel there's an excess or a limitation, we really want to try and do everything we can to get that in balance, especially at the beginning of October. Yeah, there's like this idea of this sudden change can come quickly, but we have to be ready to say yes, all right? We have to be ready to take charge. And if we're not mentally and physically ready for that, then that off-balancedness of that solar eclipse, new moon solar eclipse, is going to be felt very, very much. Now, the main thing, October 11th, Pluto going direct in Capricorn, all right? This could be bittersweet for a lot of people. I don't know if it's going to be so bittersweet for you. I get more of this sense of this being like, let's go. All right. And so, yes, there's going to be a lot of chaos, but if you can put in perspective of where that is taking us, and that we are going back into Pluto in Aquarius in November, it's going to be big. It's going to be powerful, but tying up those loose ends, all right? It's the last time we're going to have Pluto and Capricorn in our lifetimes, and we just want to make sure that any attachments we have to that, we want to tie up those loose ends, right? And stay focused on this. Stay focused on this idea of your inner light, the productivity, the satisfaction, if you will, of understanding that this end is meant for all of us to move forward to something better. And also, too, making sure that we're recognizing the lessons that we learned, giving appreciations for the lessons that we learned, high boundaries, staying focused on the internal. Like I said, there's just a lot here to that inner work, avoiding social media as much as you can. I'm just going to keep reminding you of that, okay? Now, October 17th, this is something to be excited about, is the full moon in Aries. Now, the full moon in Aries is where we can be stepping into our power. This is where bold action, if there's been something you've been sitting on, the description I'm giving people is like you're behind the stage, you're peeking out from behind the curtain, and it's a packed house, and you just, you're like scared to get on that stage, and then the universe just kind of pushes you onto the stage. All right. So this is where you have that, and then Shyamalan twist, it's you actually, like it's your internal energy that's trying to push you out onto that stage. So whatever it is, like if there's an urge that you've been wanting to put something out there and you've been hesitating, or you're making excuses for why you're not working on this, and this is where it's like, this is the bold action of you're getting the yes. Get out there and do it. All right. Be fearless, be bold. Now, October 22nd, the sun enters Scorpio. And so this is going to actually be really nice, because here's where we're getting the acceptance of the transformation, the acceptance of the clearing, and recognizing like the need for it in our personal lives and in the collective. What I'm most excited about though is October 31st, because the veil's already thin on October 31st, right? Because it's Halloween, and that's just, the vibe of the season, if you will. But we also have Mercury in Scorpio trining Neptune in Pisces. So the planet of communication in the sign of death, birth, and transformation, trining the planet of dreams in the sign of the dreamer. Like this is where if you had any wanting and desire to connect to the quote other side, the veil is so thin that we will have that connection. Our perception is going to be altered in a way that is going to help all of us. All right. And what I love most about this perception, this like altering of perception, is it gets us closer to the Aquarian age. It gets us closer to the understanding that we all come from the same source, regardless of your views, your beliefs. We all come from the same source, and then we branch out from there. And that's just really important to recognize and understand, all right? Yeah, and the other thing too, like, so this is wild. There's this bright white bird that just flew by, and it's not a seagull. I don't know what that was, but it is giving me that message of, like the white dove and the peace that's coming in. And so the more, like I said, you can stay out of the muck and stay on your eagle's perch, the better off you'll be. And also, utilizing that spark of inspiration. So I only touched a little bit on the astrology. If you want more, head to the description in this video. Astrology.com's calendar for October 2024 is there, and you can read up a little bit more, mark your calendar, the important dates that stick out to you, that your gut is telling you want to pay attention to. And let's get into it. All right, but also to remember, like these astrology forecasts, tarot, it's all about the choices that we make. And another important thing for you too is to understand, like with the weather, like the forecast, right? Like the forecast isn't always accurate. So it's like, no, don't give too much to one area of thinking. But when it comes to our perception, so here's the Pluto, all right? I'm telling you, the Aquarian age, like answering the wake-up call, you are in control of how you're going to perceive October, all right? You're in control of perceiving how everything is transpiring. And I see that you are excited, and that is the energy you want to have. Amazing. Okay, so this is so wonderful, because like I said, there's just this perception of making sure that you recognize where you're focusing your energy, where you're putting your energy during this month. Overall energy, though, 3 of Cups, amazing celebration, a lucky turn of events. So that's what I'm saying is like, here's where, even regardless of the collective, something within your personal life, there is something to celebrate, all right? Enjoying the abundance you have. This is where you're getting a peek into it. You're getting into a peek into this new age, okay? Your thinking is more on the celebration and nurturing and high vibration. And so if it's not, that really is this idea of like, where are you spending your time? Where are you focusing your energy? Because so much of that is influencing how you're perceiving your life. But this lucky turn of events, like I'm getting like a very big celebration. Now it could be a celebration too, where it's like somebody new coming into your life. But we'll dive deeper into it in just a little bit. Now what you need more of though, discipline. All right. So strength is Leo. You need more self-discipline. You need more confidence. You need more of that understanding of the power is within you. All right. All of the power is within you. The confidence comes from you. The confidence comes from you. The power comes from you. And it really does take the dedication and self-discipline to, like I'm saying, like this is going back to what I said in the beginning. There's like this idea of stepping into the life that you want. Like you have to make sure your day-to-day is ready for that. And it does take this idea of like, maybe you have to wake up earlier. Maybe you have to be more strict with like when you go to bed and like your day-to-day routine. But there's something here where it's like you having this self-discipline is going to take you so far. Okay. Well, you have the right amount of Knight of Coins. So this is where it's like you are ready for this. This card in this position is saying you are ready for this change. You are ready and you're excited to take it on. This is also that influence of the full moon in Aries, right? Don't hold back, be completely engaged. Like this is where if you're needing to put yourself out there, take a risk, this is it. And it could be a partnership as well. Okay. These two horses, like I'm getting that this might be where it's a partnership and you're really finally putting something out there. Interesting what you need less of, temperance. So temperance in this life is in this area. This is interesting because it's almost like we're restricting ourselves somewhere. All right. It's also to this idea. So not only are we restricting ourselves in somewhere, we might be limiting to the idea that now don't, shoot the messenger here, but this is that idea of like, you might be thinking like, cause it's like, I know my vision and, and like, we're not allowing somebody else's perception in. And it's this idea of like, we're always adapting. We're always learning something new. So just be open and receptive and don't restrict yourself too much. And also like, nothing too much in excess, but this is more feeling like we're restricting ourselves in some area of our life. Now, what you can change, the Hermit. So yeah, here we go. I didn't even see this card here, and this is making a lot of sense. So introspection, all right, going within. That, like I'm telling you, there's something here where it's like maybe there's something inside of us that's illuminating where we have felt like perhaps we're putting it onto a situation or a person, but then we can realize like it's coming from us, it's coming from somewhere within us. And the knowledge you have within you is so important. It's just the recognition of what it means to have that like acceptance, if you will, and what you need to accept, the Two of Cups. So this is so cool. There are relationships here where it's like, maybe you don't maybe there's some people in your life where you don't realize how much they support you, and that these relationships, like, they're meant to be nurtured, all right? And you need to accept that, like, you're whole just the way you are, and that I'm just getting the strong perception of our perception is off kiltered, but it's something within ourselves. End of the month, though, 6 of Coins. Hello, this is so cool. Good karma, gifts of like money, but like this is a big karmic shift when it comes to our finances and this idea of what side of the scale we're on, all right? And so this is a major reward, though. So when it comes to the celebrating, if you can stay disciplined, if you can stay on track, there's something though that you're restricting yourself with, and it's a pretty heavy thing. And like it might honestly be related to something that you're passionate about. It might be related to something in a spiritual aspect, okay, that we're really resisting. But like a lot of love is coming through. So let's get some past life energy to see what is affecting you in October. All right, so this past life energy, it can be something spiritual, definitely. So it can be either your life, if you're in a committed relationship, your life before that relationship. If you're a parent, your life before kids. It can be childhood, or an actual past life. So always take it how it resonates. Food and hunger. Okay, so yeah, you're denying yourself something here. All right, let's get to it. Very interesting. Okie dokie. You didn't have enough to eat in your past lives, causing you to overeat and hoard food in this incarnation. You may have had issues where you have been associated with with eating with fear instead of hunger. You harbor insecurities about whether there will be enough food in the future, so you may stockpile supplies. You also serve yourself large portions and make sure you eat everything on your plate just in case there won't be enough. Food in the future. So, for some people, this pattern also applies to fears about not having enough water to drink. Often just remembering the past life pattern is enough to heal this issue. Understand that the past is over and will no longer repeat in this current lifetime. The goal should be to learn from it and to let it go. Also, let fears of deprivation fade away as they no longer are necessary. Open yourself up to abundance. So there's a deprivation here that's happening. Here's a big thing too when it comes to the Six of Coins. Your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others is a reflection of your relationship with your finances, okay? And how you work with finances and how finances work with you. And so there is this connection to deprivation of some sort, okay, that is causing us to, we're holding on to that energy of deprivation, and it's somehow connected to all these other areas of our life, all right? And so remember, self-love, accepting the love of others who love you is very important. Like just knowing like I am loved, okay? Marissa Peer's wonderful therapist, she has great YouTube videos about self-love, and that could be really important for you to really just get to the heart of this, because here's where it's like, I don't even get this as being this very low vibe energy. I get where this is the epiphany that's happening. And it could be around the time of that eclipse, right? A solar new moon eclipse, epiphanies, hello. This is where it's like, you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't see this for what it is, and I'm so grateful. Like, I'm not getting so much this low vibe energy. So let's see what archetypal. Wow, this is interesting because this is what came through while I was clearing. Shapeshifter. Okay, light attributes. Skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see potential in everything. Shadow attribute, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in this moment. So that light attribute, really focus on that, because that's the thing. I think you're really shifting your perspective on relationships in your life, your relationship with yourself, and like life is opening up to you. Okay, very, very cool. So let's get some dragon energy and see what dragon energy we got going on here. All right, what dragon energy? Okay, let's see here. We have, sunshine yellow dragon. Helps you to help animals. Serve animals, hear, respect, and understand them. And then black dragon from Saturn. Could be part of your Saturn lesson too. The blocks, the fears, limitations, lifting because you finally are closing a chapter of a lesson. Brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. Concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulate yourself, you have passed a test. So there you go. Yeah, this is where it's like something transpired and it's like, congratulations, you beat this level. Let's move on to the next level. All right. And so just have the self-discipline and the balance and knowing where your perspective is. So let's see what crystal energy is going to help Aquarius. Oh, realization. Yeah, you're having some epiphanies this month, Aquarius. Lapis lazuli, amazing crystal. If you can get your hands on that, carry it around with you in October. Really keep your focus on this. Like, you're having a lot of epiphanies and realizations, and like it's coming from within you, okay? So let's get an empowering question here for Aquarius. Ooh, that was easy. Perfect. And this is great. It's coming from that past life energy. What larger entity am I a part of? So here's where this is that Aquarian age thinking. This is seen. We're all a part of the same collective, okay? That Aquarian age of thinking, like we all get a piece of the pie. Like there's just something here where you're really understanding the communal aspect of the Aquarian age, okay? The communal aspect. And look how much violet there is. So much violet. All right, so this is your higher consciousness. Like that higher consciousness is really coming through, and so you're gonna be feeling it more and more. So that's another thing. Like don't be scared of shedding something in your life that is taking you to this higher level of consciousness and this higher level of seeing things, because like you're really getting it, Aquarius. All right, so let's do a clarifier and then we're going to close this out. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me again. Please hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs to hear this message. Let's get a clarifier for... Yeah, you look at that. You need more of this. Okay, so that determination, all right, you have the strength in reserve. And like, here's where it's like, I don't even think you need to worry about that anymore. You've passed the challenge. This was like this. You've already gone past this, and now you're ready to teach others. Aquarius, this is amazing. So thank you so much for joining me. As always, shine your inner light. You've got this.